Hey, you there. Just wanted to let you know you are now listening to the AK Mindset Podcast. Yo, what's good, guys? It's been a hot sec. Hope you're all doing well. Just sorry for the lack of content, firstly, in regards to the previous week and a bit. Schedules have not aligned and, life happens sometimes. But we're back again with the AK Watch, the usual OSHI Co. Antics, and with me, talk to them, Daniel.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the AK Watch. Missed a week, but of course we're back with 2 episodes to make up, and hope you guys enjoy the episode.
100%. And jumping in swiftly into episode 8, first time, and straight away we get the introduction of Akane. Well, not even introduction, but just the reintroduction of her new character that she's portraying, which is obviously capturing her whole likeness, and it's just kind of like otherworldly, her ability, as we said previously, just to be able to showcase her action ability and her ability to grasp and take in knowledge and everything in terms of the person's characteristics and traits, and just perform. And yeah, even the producers, the camera crew, the cast, everybody was so shocked at her performance. What did you think about that, G?
Yeah, I thought it was quite impressive. This highlighted why she's a top actor, and I thought it was really amazing how she was able to get Ai's mannerisms down to that point where she was literally just a imitation, and you could tell she had everything about it, even down to the charisma and aura, where she was grabbing people's attention, and it was really like night and day between her performance in the show before that event happened and after, when she adopted the character of Ai. So I think this show kind of helped her grow as an actress, just like help how to utilize her strengths as someone who steals the show, grabs the spotlight.
Yeah, for sure. I think also something that stood out to me, or that intrigued me, was definitely the idea that the producers were kind of happy for her to recreate herself so dramatically on the show, especially seeing that you already had an established kind of character that the audience is kind of aware or understands. I just don't know how realistic, or how audiences will just be able to grasp that. Wouldn't that kind of take them out of reality? That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, if you're suddenly like a new individual, very distinct from the previous character that you were kind of showcasing, wouldn't that just take you out of the show?
I mean, out of this show, or just like the people who are watching the reality TV show? The people legit watching the TV show. Because if it was me personally and I saw that, I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? I think it probably just make you think. It probably just remind you that this is a reality TV show, and it's probably not a true reflection of reality. And I think you probably just think, oh, she just switched her personality so she would appeal to the crew and become more popular. But I mean, I guess it would throw you off, but it's quite like a emotional, not even emotional, but just whiplash, just a shift in the personalities. But I think because of the type of personality she was showing, maybe the audience didn't find it that much of a they were able to adjust because just the new personality was so likable.
No, I hear that. I think I also have to consider like the audience is definitely a young target audience, so they're kind of used to dynamic changes, so they probably wouldn't be as well emotionally involved with their character. They're probably all right and just getting it for the entertainment factor. Kind of moving on, just Aqua was sweating. I just have to say that straight like that. Aqua under pressure. He's not performing to his name. He's not staying cool and smooth like water. But my guy is steaming up, heating up. It just like you said, showcases Akane's just her great ability just to have that kind of effect. We've seen him throughout the series how calm and composed he usually is in all situations, and just to see him flustered is actually jokes.
Yeah, I thought it was it was quite funny just seeing the switch up, and it just kind of brings you back to the fan who's the Aqua who's a fan, and the Stun. You know, we don't really see that much because of what happened, but this kind of brought you back to that feeling where he's just like just doing anything to please and get the affection, even though he doesn't want to show it outwardly. But you know, he's more willing to do things, wants to be civil, get along with people, even though he doesn't really care about them. But yeah, it was nice how they showed it, and it's it kind of just shows the relationship he has with I, and kind of like how strong of an influence that it has over his behavior at times.
Yeah, for sure. You can, especially in this episode, you can see how that kind of plays much more of effect the way he kind of considers or confronts, I would say, his mother and fan, like mother issues and fanatic like past life that he was trying to balance that in one person, and is like you can see him kind of, I think he's putting too much pressure on himself in regards to like just emphasizing, you know, who he is now and who he used to be, and how that entails in regards to his relationship. I definitely think it will be easier if he kind of, I think you see how Ruby has had a much better transition into her new life, because she kind of totally rejects the old life or wants to kind of be far away from that and really live out her true dreams. Aqua kind of still struggles with bringing a lot of that kind of trauma from his past life, and it's kind of like Aqua, but also not fully Aqua, because he's not fully being kind of present, and he has like that past life over him. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, they kind of acknowledge that in the scene with Kana where they're throwing around the baseball, and you know, you just see how he's thinking about his past life and then his new life as Aqua, and then I think he's starting to make that transition to be Aqua and not just the Doctor in Aqua's body. He's kind of, the personalities are kind of meshing together, and it's being overwritten, so he's really becoming a new person, and the old person that he once was isn't really there anymore. And I guess I hear what you were saying about how Ruby is, but I think both of them are still quite obsessive towards Ice. So even if he were to leave, you know, the old him behind, the new him, quote unquote, still was, you know, still had that bond with I because she was their mother. So that's even probably a deeper attachment that they had compared to when they were just fans, when you have like the familial bond. So that's just one of the other reasons why it's so hard for him to let it go, because he's just like, oh, this was my mom. I was a fan, but she's also my mom, so it's just it's quite hard for him. But you can tell like the boundary between, that's one thing that I liked. I like that they highlighted that the boundary is starting to like meld. It's not really Doctor and Aqua, is just kind of merging into one person. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that as well. I think that kind of growth is important for Aqua, just to, you know, like the goals that he's established to complete them and like fully. I just feel like he can't have that kind of indecisiveness within himself, and like not be balanced within himself, like to be able to like, execute what he needs to execute. He just has to understand who he is as Aqua, and obviously the effects of, like you said, his previous life and his connection as a fan, and now his connection as a son. You take that on board as the foundation of who you are, but then you kind of build on that, and you know, like this is like a new person. I just feel like he's been doing now is just the best way to move forward. Just fully accept and be happy and be like, yeah, I'm Aqua and this is what we're gonna do. But like staying on Aqua. Like he needs even Aqua is too prevalent in this series. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's everyday Aqua, every second Aqua. I need more Ruby, but Aqua needs to be stopped because like Akane, I don't want her to be used, man. I don't want her to be used, man. I like her so much, bro. Like your intentions are not pure. You just want to use her, not to hurt her or anything, but you know that because of her investigative journalist top tier ability and her spy antics ability and her ability just to, you know, understand people on a different level, you know she's gonna come in clutch. Like, and bruh, I don't even know how to feel like that. I understand why he has to do it, but I think I don't know, man. But you know what I mean?
I mean, it's a tough industry, and he's only a kid, so he kind of has to use everything as possible, no matter what, or no matter how immoral it might seem. So, I mean, I don't really have an issue with the way he's going about things. I think it's just like you kind of have to be ruthless if he wants to do what he needs to do. He found out that Akane, through the director, is with the same trope that I went to, so it's convenient that they already have a connection, so he just tightened that up so he could form that bond, and she knows that they're not attracted even though they're dating at this point in time. But you know, they've got this relationship. Kane seems to have some attraction, probably because of what happened and what he did for her. So I think their relationship's going to be interesting to see what it turns out to be. If it's like just going to be business, or is it going to progress to something real? And then you got to see some of the other characters from the show. Like we saw that Yuki and the black-haired guy,
Yeah.
they're starting to actually date. But even though in the show, she rejected him, so it just kind of just shows, just throughout that whole period, she would never really let too much of her true self show on the reality TV show. She always kept like something hidden. So that's I think it was just, you know, Yuki being Yuki. She was just like, she doesn't want to give everything, but she still wants to shine. So I think the arc as a whole, because I know it's coming to a close and we're transitioning to a new one with the end of the episode. Memcho wanted to be an idol. I think it was pretty good. You know, just the dialogue about reality TV, that was very interesting. And then some of the lengths that the producers are willing to go to just to make the show interesting, and then how cruel social media can be as well.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, like you mentioned, I really liked the way they showcased, you know, the wrap up of a reality TV show. And I kind of, even though like the producers and stuff have done the most vile stuff, and obviously the industry is a crazy industry, I did appreciate the way that they went about, you know, the relationships after the show, as in giving these young, you know, in early life, the ability to kind of choose and decide whether they are happy to date or whether they're happy to fake it, or, you know, given the opportunity. I know that a lot of other shows, they'll be contracted to be like, oh, for this amount of time you stay together, this. So it's really nice that they were able to have their own autonomy. Just moving to the end of this episode, like you did mention, the big reveal of Mem's dream to become an idol, her original dream. She boasts one of the most impressive resumes so far that we've seen in regards to just social media presence and business savvy, which we would like discuss further on. But how do you feel about Aqua playing head honcho, head recruiter, head talent scout, and bringing on Mems to be Komochi?
I mean, he realized that she had the interest in being an idol, and they needed the third member or just more members in the group. So I think he just saw the opportunity and took it. Because she was boasting. Like, it was quite odd that she realized about so that kind of tipped him off that she is interested in idols. And then, as you see in the next episode, she did want to be an idol, but because of certain family circumstances, she wasn't able to. So I think, Aqua, he's just good opportunist, likes to make the most of the things that come to him, and he acts accordingly.
Yeah, well said. He is sharp on his toes. Moving on to episode 9, Bikomochi. Like, just moving on from the previous episode, Aqua, just head scout, recruitment. He needs to get paid for this, I'm not gonna lie to you, somehow. But as I said earlier, just Mems, Media, Paul alone, it's just a great addition. Not only that, she has the passion for it, great talent, and most importantly, it's her dream, and it's always good to give people the opportunity to fulfill their whole dreams and what they kind of wanted to pursue. Like I said, we stand her because she's a business mogul. She's the only one that is not in them Sugar Night deals out here in in Oshinoko, because she is in a partnership. She's allowed to do business ventures, money girl. But maybe that's because she's slightly older than the rest, as we find out. What do you think about that? I was trying to put it nicely. Mems might be listening, bro. Mems might be listening. You saw how she reacted.
Nah, man. Because she said she was 18, but she's actually 25. That's kind of crazy. It's not even kind of. That's crazy. You do realize she's 10 years older than Aqua.
It's crazy.
So going on a TV show with high schoolers when you're in your mid-20s, fair enough, man. Anything for the bad. I mean, I guess, she has the face, so they didn't really care about it. I mean, that line is not sustainable, so I don't know what she planned to do, but she's only going to get older, and people are probably going to start noticing that, you're saying you're this age, but you're looking something else, that video, why'd you look 50 when you're 25, something like that. Yeah.
Don't kill me.
But, I mean, I think it was just going on to, like, her background, why she wasn't able to pursue the career earlier. I mean, it made sense. I felt kind of bad for her. I sympathized. I was like, she did it for her family, which is she put them in the most important position. She valued them, even sent her brothers to college. So I was like, wow, that's a big respect, because it's not an easy thing to do, and she's taking care of the mums. So now she wants to pursue her dreams. So she put everyone else in front of her, and now she can value herself. So shout out to her.
Yeah, she's incredible, very inspiring. So I kind of look over some of the antics she's on in regards to the age discrepancy, but it kind of somebody you would want around, like somebody who's hardworking, diligent, somebody who we until it's like until the age starts showing, though, that's when there's politics. But until then, hey, we're Gucci, and you can see how diligently she wants to act. She's like, hey, let's act. We have to do it now, because I'm about to touch 30. 30 is around the corner. Hey, we have to release these videos. The other people like, do you know what? Maybe we're not ready. Let's give it some time. She's like, no, today is the day. So yeah, I kind of appreciate that kind of factor. Shout out to the mum though. I'm not gonna lie, she was looking lame. Much appreciation. Happy that you got better. I'm happy she has health, and I hope she continues to have wealth.
Drink some water to quench that first.
For real. Hey, do you see the green-eyed girl, or the most famous girl in the school?
Yeah, Frill Shiranui.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Why does she sound mad robotic?
I think she's kind of supposed to be super serious, or kind of just blunt. Not even blunt. She's just I wouldn't even say she's serious. She's just relaxed, I guess, and she just says what's on her mind. But I guess the voice actor, I don't know. I mean, she has this kind of tone, and I think it's just to put across what kind of character she is, I guess.
It's like, it's a tone where you expect her not to be a sociable and nice person, you know what I mean? Like, but she
Yeah.
is, but she's trying
Yeah.
to, and she's like actually engaging with, like, if she was talking to me, I'll be so confused. I'll be like, this tone is like, you're gonna say something that's not nice, but right now you're trying to have banter. And I just found that very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if that's just because of her lifestyle or just her personality, or just her being her. But it definitely like stood out to me. And it's interesting to see in like the same theme, Aqua have a lot of fans now in school. Like, bro is the big shot, but it's not getting to his head. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny how he's getting fans from the performing arts when he's in the general course section. He might be more popular than some of the guys who are in the performing arts section and who are supposed to be there for their work.
That's actually brazy.
Yeah. So, what did you think about the whole Kana in this episode? Because she kind of was very cynical and self-depreciating and low confidence.
She confuses me, bro.
Even though, yeah, why does she confuse you?
Because she's such an incredible character, and she's has such an expansive experience, and she's not the type of person who you typically associate with low confidence, just because of everything you have established. And she's very wise. Like, the things she says is really on point. She's very she observes. Obviously sometimes she's immature, but that's the age. Everybody's immature, everybody does that. But generally she is a person of high character. Like, so I'm always shocked, especially in this episode, how self negative talk. Like, why was it so much? Like, why are you doubting yourself so much? We know you actually have. You're not somebody who can just be like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or you've been doing it since you're a kid. You have an elite track record. Like, you should be the person who stands up out of everybody with the Ruby kind of confidence. You know what I mean? Like, just prevailing. I don't know if she's trying to be humble. Maybe just, I think it's just the high expectations to achieve, and obviously she understands the industry so much that she's become cynical. Like, she's seen the beauty and the dark side of the industry, and that kind of has built something where she kind of associates, especially with her recent history, in regards to not being able to get the best shows and stuff. And obviously when you're falling on hard times, negative talk becomes easier. But I was hoping that, like, this break or everything she's been happening to her recently be enough for her to fully have confidence in herself, which I actually think she should. So, like, for me, it's sad to see, innit?
Yeah. And so, few things. You said that she has a track record, and I guess it just depends on how you see it, because she said that the evidence shows that why she shouldn't be the center, and I can understand why she has this view in her abilities and why she doesn't think she could do it, because from her point of view, she was supposed to be an actor. Then at a point, she stopped being able to get any kind of jobs. So she decided to be flexible, try different things, and she was never able to find success in any of those fields, even though she was, trying a lot of different things, make different areas where she might be able to build a fan base, and she wasn't able to do that. And then all her shows that she did all operate at a loss. They weren't successful commercially. So and that's over a period of years, so, like, I mean, she doesn't really have any reason to believe that she would be good at being an idol. She would be good at getting people to like the group, lead the group, because the center is like the main figure, like the face of the group, and if the face of the group isn't someone that is I guess attractive or eye catching, someone who gets you to like watch the performances, then the group is gonna suffer, and she doesn't want to be the reason it suffers, because she already seen other productions where she's been in, like as one of the main people, and it not do well. So I kind of see why she doesn't have that confidence, because in her eyes there's not really much evidence to support why she should have confidence, because she hasn't been successful for a long time.
I hear that. I do hear that. But like, I just see it differently. I see that if you're able to be in a position to have that opportunity and be there, there's talent. You're special. There's something there. It just might have not been the moment. It just might have been the timing. And instead of having that self-doubt and self-talk, I was like, you have to have that relentless, like, especially in the industry she's in. Like, I wish I was there, her friend, just saying, hey, you have to be relentless. You just have to go again. I know they're knocking you down, but we'll go again. And I think she even kind of signaled what she believes is her main kind of, I don't want to say issue, but the main kind of thing that has stopped her from having ridiculous success. And it's not talent, it's she doesn't have mass appeal, or at this moment in time has not had mass appeal. And obviously mass appeal is something that is difficult to garner. It's not everybody doesn't have that. We see it in like the real world. Some people, like, they're just famous for no reason. They're just famous for like being famous because they have appeal. People want to follow them, and people, whatever they do, want to see and be involved, even if it's just something, simple, or something that's not actually like in talent. It's not something that is based on their ability. So she, I would say, at this moment in time or throughout her career, since her early days when she did have that, hasn't had that. But I definitely feel that just being in a band, being in a group, the dynamics is different. You're three, you're not one person. It's not Kane, it's B Komochi. You know what I mean? You're one in three, and there are three pillars. I know the center has a different like set of priorities or a different limelight, but you have to believe in your source. And I definitely believe, as we can see throughout this episode, that she has it and she has the experience, even though she has hard competition from fake humble Ruby and Mems, who's wants it desperately, but doesn't want to say she wants it. But even then, I think they're going to come to realization that she's the best for it. Even though Ruby has a shout, because Ruby has them mass appeal in spades. Like, Ruby she has eyes. She's eyes daughter.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to pick, if Ruby could sing, then she's probably the choice I would pick, because she has the potential. She has the highest potential as an idol. I think I prefer Kana when she's acting. I think obviously the idol thing is cool, but it's not really something she's familiar with in terms of just the industry and being an idol and like being a fan. And I think acting is where her core strengths lie. But I think it's also the stuff with Aqua and Akane, because he said one thing and he literally just did the opposite not 2 days later on the show. So that's like probably another reason why she's just being so negative, beating herself up. Kind of doesn't really feel like she has a good home environment, because you always see her by herself in the house. Microphone. But yeah, you always see her alone in the house. And in terms of friends, I don't really think she has that many friends who could reinforce the confidence. So it's difficult. But we see at the end of the episode, when it comes to the karaoke singing, and we saw the music video too, that she can sing, so she is probably the best option to pick. It's just convincing her, which I don't know how hard or easy it's gonna be.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't believe those karaoke machines, because one time I got out of high school and I can't sing. So
What song were you singing? Were you actually singing a song?
I was singing Katy Perry Fireworks. And I was doing bits. And it gave me a high score. And
What's
I was
a
like,
high score?
bro, it did it in stars. So it was like a 5-star thing. And it gave me like a 4.5, which is lit.
1.5. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I can't sing, bro. I knew it was lying to me, but
I mean, it might not just be like, yeah, but like, what do you mean by can't sing? You might,
I can't
based on
sing.
the parameters.
Yeah, I can't sing, but I was hitting the rhythm and I was basically staying, I wasn't trying to do too much. So I stayed at a good level the whole time. So there wasn't no, like mad pitchiness. So I think that's how I tricked it.
So you don't think you sound good, or you can't actually sing at all?
Bro,
'Cause
I can't sing.
Well, the machine thinks otherwise.
Overall, what do you think of the episodes then? Both episodes? At the end of the arc?
Both cool. Now we're getting into this idol arc with, I don't even know if it's an arc, but like we're getting more into the idol industry, composition of a group, performances. They're going to perform at the JIF, Japan Idol Festival, something like that. Starting to see like some of the rigorous training they have to go through, the amount of songs that they have to learn. So all pretty cool. Really enjoying it. Get to see some focus on Ruby for a change, which is nice. Keeps it fresh. And Aqua, he's doing his thing as well. He got some interesting leads. So yeah, I'm just interested to see how the training continues, and I'm not even gonna say I'm interested. I'm interested to see how it's adapted, because I already know what's gonna happen.
No, you're better than me. I just pretend I haven't read this source material. I be acting. For me, I would just want to say I can be proud as a mother that these are kids, even though it's a cheat code, because this is their second life, and on your second life, I'm going to presume you're going to do better. That's what I'm going to presume. But in general, I'm also excited to see Ruby get more shine, and just see the development with Bikomochi and how the three of them kind of adapt to all the swift changes that is going to happen for them, because the idol industry is very dynamic, and we can already see that there's going to be a lot of opportunity for them to, especially just understanding the history and understanding the kind of talent they have within their ranks, and notoriety in regards to the already established establishments they have in the industry in all of their sectors. And then obviously the finishing touch of Ruby, when she just shines her eyes on you, that people are going to come and trying to endorse that. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for them, and that's going to be a lot of hype. Yeah, is there anything else you want to add before we end, bro?
No, but actually, just shout out to Yuki and her man. I hope they have a prosperous relationship, and Memcho should be in prison.
You have not said one lie. Appreciate you guys for listening to this joint episode. We'll be punctual next week. Follow us on the socials as shown on screen, and just keep in tune to all our platforms, where we are definitely being more active as we have been. Look after yourself. Don't die in this heat wave. Drink your water. Stay hydrated, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye bye.
Love you.